Alright everybody, welcome to my very first C# video. Today we'll just go over the simple variables, the basic stuff, a little bit what it's about, and write our first simple program. It doesn't even take 5 minutes tops. So let's get started. Alright, so what is C# exactly? Well, it's an elegant object-oriented language that enables developers to build a variety of secure and robust applications that run on the .NET framework, which, for those who don't know, it consists of Common Language Runtime, or known as CLR, and the .NET framework class library. The CLR itself is the foundation of the .NET framework. It manages code at execution time, provide core services such as memory management, code accuracy, and many other aspects of your code. It can use it to create Windows applications, database applications, and much, much more. So, let's talk about variables. Creating a variable reserves a memory location or spav in the memory for storage values. It is called variable because the information stored in that location can be changed when the program is running. To use a variable, it must first be declared by specifying the name and data type. A variable name is called an identifier, can contain letters, numbers, the underscore character, and must start with a letter or underscore. And when it starts with a letter, it has to be lowercase. It cannot start as an uppercase. Although the name of the variable can be any set of letters and numbers, the best identifier is descriptive of the data it will contain. Like, if you want to know a person's name, put his name, or her name, or anything simple, so you know exactly what it's gonna be, so you're not guessing and checking on everything, and it can save a lot of time. Now there's variable types. A data type defines the information that can be stored in a variable, the size of needed memory, and the operations that can be performed with the variable. Well, for example, to store an integer value, a whole number, in a variable, use the int keyword, int. Now, here is a few types of variables. Like, go here, open up a notepad, and let's go int my age, semicolon. Always end it with a semicolon. Now see, if putting like my age, it'll be easy to find that, oh, I'm looking for what my age is, or, what my phone number is. Or you can assign the value of a variable when you declare it, like int my age equals 27. So then age is 27 years old. Or you can do it later on in the code like this. Int my age, semicolon, and then you can put my age equals 32. 200. I don't know where I said 32 because 28 and 32 are a little bit different. Anyways, Now, those are ways you can define them, be able to find them real easy. Now, there are built-in data types, okay? Like, there are a number of them in C#. The most common ones here are int, which is integer. There is float, and it's floating point number. There's double, which is the double oh my gosh, I can't type anything. Precision version of the float. So twice of. There is char, or a single character, as well as bool, B-O-O-L, and it's a Boolean that can have, only one of two values, which are true or false. And there's the string, which is probably the most common one other than integer, and it's a sequence of characters, just like spelling out a sentence or something. Now, let's do a example of each one, alright? Like this. Int x equals 42. Semicolon. Always end with a semicolon. Now, anywhere in your code, if there's x, it's going to equal 42. So x is 42. Now the double, and let's do pi, and that equals 3.14 blah 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 blah, a bunch of other numbers forever. Semicolon. And how about char? Y equals z, or you can put lowercase z, whatever you want y to equal. Then there is the bool for Boolean, and about is online equals true. So is online, if it's online, that equals true. And how about a string? First name equals David. Just go with David. I don't know where I got that, but whatever. And semicolon. Now those are examples of each, single one. I didn't put float in there. Anyways, it's just, just a number. Now how about, let's write a simple program. Now, what you're going to want to have is Visual Studio. I recently downloaded the 2017 version once it came out, which I am a fan of. So let's load it. You can get Visual Studio, just go to Google and type in Visual Studio 2017, 2015, whichever one you want. They're all practically the same. And how about, let's go with a hello world, because usually that's everything. So you go File, New, Project, so we need a new project, and Visual C#, and let's just make it a console application, the name of it. Let's go Hello World. Yay. And the location, which is here. It's on the desktop. I already created a folder for it. Press OK. And as it loads, boom, there we go. And see, Visual Studio already has all of this stuff for you. So you don't have to type any of this in. The namespace, which is the name of the folder, the project, which is Hello World. And the class, it is a program. Now, here in your static, you have a void and then the main, which always have to have main. There's always got to be a main somewhere. So you always put static void, main, and then your code goes right here in between everything. So for a simple Hello World, we're going to do a console dot right line, which we can go down, right line, open quote, and always have to have it inside these. We'll put Hello World, exclamation point, yay. And when you come over here, you see the red underline. That means it's an error, and let's hover over it, and you see semicolon is expected to go there, which we have to put one there, obviously, and boom, there we go, red line is gone. And let's put a little comment here. Keep the console window open in debug mode. So if you're going to debug it, you have to have the program running, the console window, which we'll see right here. Then console dot right line open parentheses, and this will be the exiting part. Press any key to exit, period. And as you can see, once again, semicolon is expected, and we'll put a semicolon. And then console dot read key. Read key is usually just put at the end just to make sure it exits and it finishes it. Everything will finish off. So there we go. Simple. Right there. So we'll do file, save, program, C# as, and desktop, program, and then Hello World. Don't know why it wasn't like that, but anyways, save, and here we go. Now to run it through Visual Studio, we'll just press Control F5, and down here it's building it, and boom, pops up in the command window, Hello World, and then press any key to exit. And so if we're wanting to exit, we'll just press any key, and like I pressed 5, and are you sure you're wanting to continue? Yes. Boom. Press again, and it exits out. So everything was done successfully. Which is just simple stuff. Like, with any type of coding at all, you're teaching probably the dumbest thing in the world, a computer, how to do things. Which people say, well, computers are extremely smart, and they can do this and this. Yes, they can do almost anything, but it's the human mind that teaches the computer how to do it. So it's like taking a class practically. We're teaching, this to code. And that really is it for this episode. Coming up, you will learn what each of the statements do in the upcoming lessons that I'll have. And just remember that every C# console application must contain a method. So, like, boop, backspace. No, it'll be your method, whatever it is, the function that you want it to do, and then named main, which is static void main. Right there. This will always be, it doesn't have to be static void, but you always want the method, and it has to be named main. That will always, 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 always be in there, or it won't work. Main is the starting point of every application. You know, like the point where our program starts execution from. And so that is all for today's lesson. I'd like to thank you for taking time watching this and writing the hello world if you did. Subscribe, comment, like, show everybody else, and thank you. And I will have upcoming more episodes about C#.